Alright, what's up everybody? There's not really much of an everybody just yet. Pretty impromptu streaming. I'm also really kind of just doing this because I want to export this video to YouTube. What I'm working on today, just got this package, ordered this a couple days ago, really great with shipping. I ordered from RecRoomMasters, and I ordered one of the Xtension arcade cabinets. Kind of been a project I've been working on for a while. I kind of purchased a mini PC. In addition to a mini PC, of course, I've got some monitors available, but I've also worked on a hyperspin build for that machine. And I've also, for years now, as some of my personal friends might know, I've had a X-Arcade dual stick, which is going to fit this. And the reason I'm doing this video, not just so people can see me building something or struggling horribly with this packaging tape, but reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to add this to YouTube, because there's no video giving you really size or scale as to how big this thing is. RecRoomMasters makes a myriad of different arcade cabinets to really kind of fit your needs, your television size, whatever you got. I wanted something that was a little bit smaller and more portable, so I could take it to convention with me. So that's kind of like my goal with this, and I think it'd be a really cool addition. I already have the arcade games and all that type of stuff. I already got tons of emulators and ROMs, but what I do not have is a really great way to kind of show it. So when a lot of people see it for the first time, they're unsure of how it works. Hyperspin gives a really great front end for it, and that makes it pretty easy to figure out what we're using, what I'm going to be doing. But the form factor of having an arcade stick in something, this will be a really nice little setup. And then of course, what's also nice, if you get a chance to check them out, that's RecRoomMasters.com. If you get a chance to check them out, they also do the vinyl and sticker graphics for the side of your machines and stuff. So I mean, they're really your one-stop shop for a personal at-home arcade kind of thing. So probably what I'm going to do is take this video, export it. Once I export the video, probably going to speed up some of these parts like this one. Sitting here taking forever to cut this super duper plastic tape, but as you can see, this portion is the arcade top. So it came in two boxes. You can kind of see this box over here to my right. Came in two parts. So the bottom half is it better be in this one, but the top half, this one with the really nice bezel, covers the monitor. That is in this box. So I'm going to take a look at that right there. Nice. They added, comes with some stickers. They're still wrong because I have a dual stick, not a tank stick. Most people are still pretty familiar with the tank stick, which is nice. It's cute. You know, something aesthetic to add on to it. Really nice of them to bubble wrap a lot of this. I've got some stuff, and I mean, granted, this is a professional company. I've got some stuff from eBay, and it looks like they just put the shit in paper. And it's come on, man. I just spent a few $100s on this. I would hope you could take care of it better. Pop that in, y'all. Put this back in, y'all. There goes that box up there. Alright. Super duper taped up. They were not kidding with this thing. This is, in my opinion, for the time and what it's going to cost you, I feel like this particular one is relatively fair to pay for. This was $1.99, and then of course you're paying for some really big bulk wood that is 50 bucks in shipping. You know, coming from, I want to say Tennessee or something like that. So, I mean, 50 bucks in shipping. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean, like, what could you expect with a 2-package kind of thing? And like I said, their combined weight is over 40 pounds. But yeah, this was kind of like the most important part for me. And I really wish that somebody would have done it when I was first shopping for it. You know, I kind of made the decision, kind of read some forums, saw what people felt about it, the way it was built and all of that. But like I said, what would have really probably drawn me to it faster is if I saw somebody, you know, putting it together themselves. And then it would have been like, okay, so that's how tall it is, that's how wide it is, this is how easy it might travel, all of that good stuff. So on the website, you have the option, which is, this is really nice too. This is the marquee. On the website, you also have the option of changing it to a plastic lip marquee. And I'm hoping that after I kind of see this, see how nice it is, you know, whether I'm really willing to invest more, it's like another 50 bucks. But you can get a plastic backlit marquee that says this also. I'm pretty sure, you know, something as simple as this, you could probably try to do your own customization with. Probably not, though. I see these wooden pegs, so I don't know how you would pull off. You know, you would make probably like a little frame, wood frame, and then put your own piece of plexiglass in there and then try to design that. However, there's that. This also fits into the front piece. It's obviously the spot for speakers. Don't know what the fuck this is. Have no idea on this one either. I'm supposing this is kind of like for the back or something like that. With the holes, who knows. Here are the sides to it. This guy right here. So, once again, this stands this tall like this, which is about to my shoulder sitting. So you imagine this is the top half of it, and it's still going to include the base, which I'll probably pop off in a second. Let's see who just joined, so I could give them some backstory on what the fuck I'm doing instead of just all this wood in front of me. Hey, what's going on, whoever's watching? Let me know if the sound is cool. Otherwise, I am building the arcade top to my RecRoomMasters Xtension arcade cabinet. Really nice project. Like I said, I've been working on this for a few months now. I basically have always owned an arcade stick, a dual stick. So I basically have a 2-player arcade style stick that to me is really kind of like nice little retro game kind of thing. People kind of see it, they've been drawn to it, and they go, "Oh, that's really cool," you know. And then of course I've had a PC and ROMs and emulators for years with a lot of retro arcade games. Some more modern ones, and then now it's interesting calling them retro because they were games I had back in the 90s, and so they aren't quite Galaga, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, you know, Missile Command, but you know, TMNT, X-Men, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, and stuff like that. Get in there, good. Alright, so as I can tell already, this is probably the inside, this is probably the inside with all the connectors and all that good stuff. I'll show this to you guys this way. Right there. Right, yeah. And So if you can take a look, these are all the pieces for the top half of this. And probably going to take a look at the directions to see if I should build the top half first or get the bottom half going and then put the top half in as I go. Seems pretty easy. Bunch of screws and stuff like that. Not anything too intricate. I already got my screwdrivers here ready to roll, son. And yeah, so just to keep you guys watching. Down in the bottom left hand is what I'm eventually trying to achieve. That is the tabletop set that essentially we're going to get to, and this is the bottom half. And I mean, this industrial tape is killing me. Yeah, so for everybody that's just catching in, this came in 2 packages. Pretty easy. Top half pretty easy too. For some of you guys that might be wondering, me and my brother have done arcade emulation for 10 plus years now. Really since like I was in like right before I got into high school and stuff like that. And then it just kind of blew up. I met this guy in high school. Showed me a lot of places where I can kind of access old ROMs that are no longer for sale and stuff like that. So it became like a really cool little thing where I was just going after every ROM I saw, and I was just like, yo, let me try this old game, let me try this old game, or like, ooh, I remember playing this game in the arcade. How much fun would it be? Oh, sweet. So much easier. Flip it up. And here is the base. The much bigger half. Oh, here's the what do they call this? I think this would be called like the bezel. That's nice. And with some plastic film on there. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it now. You could see it just a second ago, but okay, I don't know if they gave me 2 sets of instructions. Yes, they did. These are 2 separate sets of instructions. Oh. Also got a little coupon to Gamer Outfitters. Put that behind me, as that don't have nothing to do with what I'm getting into. More of the base. What I think I'm going to do right now, I'll try to separate the bottom from the top part. So just want to read the separate instructions. Won't be an issue. I won't mix any pieces up. So overall, once again, 2 boxes of stuff. And once I get this box out of the way, once again, the point of me doing this is so when other people see it online, they get a better scale than what I did. I was looking for a scale of like how big this would be. And literally, well, there weren't even screws in that one. So this is going to be a pretty screwless kind of project. But yeah, you right now on the floor can see all the pieces. I'll even pull this in like this. You can see all the pieces involved in this project, and when you kind of look at it on the scale of like big time projects, doing a lot of stuff, you know, wood kind of thing, this could be kind of like a big deal. But no, I think they're actually making this pretty simple with a lot of wood pegs, you know, some screws here or there. And so, having it be my choice, I think I want to kind of build the base first. Half the damn project is just getting the shit out of the plastic. All conveniently tossing over here. All right, so I'm guessing this little piece right here has to be where the arcade pieces go down there on the side. So let me see if I can put my right hand on it. Yep. So down there, kind of like right there is where I'm noticing this piece is, kind of reaching out to the front. And yeah, this is the base. So let's see how well this kind of fits in. Getting ready to hit up the directions now for everybody that was asking. Once again, this is the mini arcade setup. Getting ready to pull this whole thing together. And like I said, the reason I'm doing it online is because when I was getting ready to make the purchase myself, I wanted something that was a bit more mobile than some of their other pieces. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're 30, the one that fits a 32 inch is great. The one that they have a standing one that fits like a 27-inch flat screen television, all of them are pretty cool. But I wanted something that I could pick up, take with me for like a convention or a show. And so that's what was kind of important to me. And like I said, what I didn't get to see online was the scale of this thing. Like I never got to see like how tall is it exactly? Like would I be able to pick it up? Can I walk with it? That kind of thing. So all right, here we go. Hitting up the cabinet's part list. All right, so they give you two different options on here, and the reason being is because there's a difference between the X-Arcade tank stick and dual stick. I have a dual stick, so I'll be going for the setup with the dual stick. Get that a little bit closer. That bottom half. So basically, I'll go through my parts real quick. I've got part one. Keep pushing these other top pieces off to the side just for a moment. Got part one right here. Part two. Pull these a little bit higher up so you can see them. Then, of course, the base. That's right here. Got the base. Then The looks like this one with a single hole. Not sure what this one is. Oh, here it is. Okay, that's part 5. This is part 6. I'm basically looking for parts 3 and part 4, which is this guy and that guy. Alright, now step 1 must be pretty lengthy. Got my Allen wrench on the bag. This is a M4 Allen wrench. And I need 15 of these jokers. My black bolts, 60mm bolts. Which, of course, I'm only saying it because it's on the sheet just for the folks at home. But this all comes here with it. This is nothing out of this world. And you have to go out in the store and get. Like I said, I have the racing wheel from RecRoomMasters too, which gave me a pretty good feeling about how this stuff builds, how easy it is to build it. And so basically it looks like all of these bolts are going into this joker. And my glide door nails. No problem. Alright. Now, what I need to pull together is, first part is the cabinet mini base section. So step 1 says basically it needs every okay, so this is telling me to go ahead and put my cross bolts into every one of the sockets that's necessary for it. So here are my cross bolts. Bring these a little bit closer. You know, that's the one where you basically have a screw opening and all I'm doing is placing it into an already available hole to secure it. Alright, now this is one thing I'm glad I'm encountering for the second time because I had a huge issue beforehand putting these in. I actually put it in the wrong way and then it was like freaking impossible to get it out the other side. I was super pissed. Got a freaking drill. Had to drill the damn part out and it was ridiculous. For a thing that should have took a few minutes, it ended up taking forever. So, I am knocking down 23 of these crossbows. So, what I'm going to do is I know I see here's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them I'm getting ready to do. There's another one on this one. Here's, let's see. Here's a couple on this one. And so, once again, top side out, face it into each one. This should be pretty easy. This is just putting these in on the right side. And I swear to God, if I get this wrong, this whole class will feel my wrath. Now, Jay Quellen. Facing it, boom. That's the right way. This is one-sided, so got 4 of them that's going to go into here. I see there's the hole. This is the side with the screw, or at least the lace for the Phillip, not the Phillip, but the flathead. Do it on this one. This is 5. There's number 6. Doesn't look like any go in this one. I'll take that back. I'll come back and take a look at that one. Ones that I know have these cross ends where it's like here's the opening at the top and then there's an opening on the side. That's how I know that one goes in there. Hey, what's up to everybody that just joined? Let me go back, show you guys real quick. I am getting ready to build the arcade top and bottom for my X arcade. Wanted to build this really quickly. I mean, not really quickly. I mean, I do want shit to happen quickly so I can get it going and take a look at it. Yeah, basically what I'm building is a arcade top that fits both my my 22-inch monitor, my X arcade dual stick, and my my mini PC. I have a Lenovo thin client that's going to fit into this guy right here. And the reason why I wanted to make sure I tape this was because, dude, it is freaking impossible to find on the internet somebody showing an example of them building it. And the problem I had with that was, it's like, dude, I'm getting ready to freaking make a purchase, and I want to know like the size and the scale of it. And so I figured I'm not the only person wanting to see the same thing. So I am going to do it, try to repost this to YouTube, probably do some time lapses, edit the video, make it something where you kind of get a pretty good idea of how much and how long it takes to build this. And then you also get to see, like I said, the end product that'll let you know, like, hey, dude, this is how long this takes. And this is how big it is. Like, that was, once again, that was my big deal, was I had nothing to compare it to size-wise. I knew that it was going to fit on my tabletop, but was it like, can I pick it up? Can I take it someplace? All right, now, sincerely, do not think any of these fit into here. I think that's a base that some wood pegs are going to go to. I also feel like this is a base that some wood pegs are going to go to. And so that leaves me with 6, which leads me to believe that they are going to go into these 3 holes. God damn. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Part 4, part 5, part 9. Part 9, part 10, part 11, part 12, which must be those top parts. Yep. Corrections real quick. So it came in 2 parts, which was really cool. The 2 parts that it came in was the top and the bottom. So if you notice right here, these are the directions for the top, which also fit onto another standing base, which is pretty hot. I get that some other time. Like I said, I wanted the tabletop one so that for me, this project was going to be something that I can do, so that I can take these tools up to conventions. So yeah, like, to me, it's important that this is kind of more portable than it is stand up. And so it does not list these in like part 14 and shit like that. This is also like 1 through 5, but it ain't nothing. Let me go through this. Make sure I didn't leave any screws or nothing in this second box. Show enough deal. So yeah, I have 2 bags of stuff. Bunch of black bolts. Bunch of cross screw stuff. Pretty hot. What's going on, Royalty? And this is all for the bottom half. And so of the silver ones, I've used 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll use 10 of those. So I'm going to just make sure that I put 10 back over there for the top side. These are all the same size. The only thing that's different is that they're different colors. So don't freak out if you put one in one pile. It doesn't matter. They're all the same size. 2, 4, 6, 8. Over here, I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And once again, just for my own sake, make sure these are the same size and shit. Hole is generally in the same place, so that even if I do got a little mix up, it's nothing really to worry about. Yep, nothing at all. So for this bottom half, because once again I wanted to build the base first, for this bottom half, essentially needed to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14 different 23 cross dowel bolt connectors. So 23 of these guys. And once again, it's really easy to figure out where these go. Cross bolts have a top hole and then a correlating hole on the side. So if you take a look right here, on this piece in particular, right here, I've got a cross bolt connector where I'm going to put this in through the top side, knowing that it's not supposed to fit like that. The groove fits right there. The hole is right here. So I'm going to be putting a screw through this right here, and it's going to connect through there. It's going to come solid to that right there. And first step, they just want you to drop all these down. Make sure you put them all in the right places. There's a couple of these that aren't cross ones, which is fine. They also put wood pegs in these things for you already too, so you don't have to worry about like trying to hammer down some wood pegs. No silly bull crap like that. And right now on my hyperspin, for some of the people that might be wondering, on my hyperspin I actually have probably close to like 6,000 games, but I'm probably going to whittle that down because once again this is for convention purposes. I want people to kind of step up to this as a whole arcade machine, and they'll get to play, you know, shit like Galaga, all that type of stuff. You know, the old school stuff will be on there. But then, you know, I've also got all the NES. I've got the GBA emulators. I got Sega Dreamcast, Genesis. Got Neo Geo machine on there as well. And so for me, this is like a not only a nice little thing that I'll be able to do and work on at convention, but it'll also be really cool just for me as a personal project. Damn, those were hard to put down. And at the end of this, go through a real quick count, make sure I dropped in the right amount of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 12. That's 14. That's 20. And look at all the other ones just to make sure I'm not missing any cross holes. Because once again, these other wooden pegs obviously are just to keep some of these solid, but without any crosses on them. I know that I've used all of these correctly. So nope, 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 and nope. All right. And worst comes to worst, as I go on the project, look it. If I forget to put one in, then I'll grab it and do it later. Now, for my base, I'm going to need parts 2 and parts 3. Part 2. Here's my parts list. Part 2 is my guidance. Coming up like this. Part 3 is part 3 looks like that one, but let's double check to make sure I'm not missing correctly. This one has a 4-sided one. Yes. This one just looks like a flat out board. This one has no wooden pegs. Only has cross bars. I'll make sure I keep this out of the way. I'm fine, thanks. This one does not have pegs either. Make sure got the right one. Alright, step 3 includes part number 4 and the Allen wrench. Get ready to bolt some of these down. So this way. This way. And I think just for the sake of having them hold on evenly to each other. So we want the screw part to go in the bottom. Like I said, just to make it easier on myself, I'll just complete both sides. Allen wrench it in. And as you can see, this is where, right here, this is where this top piece is going to go. It's going to cover that nicely. But what it's going to end up becoming is like kind of like my hand space right before where I get ready to put the XRK stick. So I'm standing, where I'm standing is in the body of the machine, and this right here is the controller portion. Probably could stand to tighten up both sides. And for some people, I actually bought the racing wheel from RecRoomMasters already, and so this is kind of familiar to the same setup as that. And with the familiarity, this isn't really that complicated. Basically, find the right piece. top one is covered by a wooden peg, so no big deal to that. And then this guy is going to have the same thing. This one's got crossbows. So these two holes up here at the top, while it's supported by that right there, I'm going to cross both these. That's in. And so part of what I'm not going to worry about is trying to be like, let me make sure the whole thing, each one of these is super stiff and tight. Because if I make a mistake, it'd be nice to go back and not have to try to fight grip through the screw again. Also, I think this whole thing kind of supports itself, where each one of the screws kind of takes care of a particular part, and as opposed to trying to super screw each one as tight as you possibly can, get it in comfortably, so that what you do is make sure that that particular section is all right. Like it feels more sturdy on this side now that I'm putting these screws in. Flip side. Ooh. What you could do for me? Could you have the XRK stick? The XRK stick itself?
You want to break it?
Yeah. Would you please? That and one of the 22-inch monitors. One of those nice little boxes. The new ones. All right. Next steps. This is going to include part number 5 and the bolts. And part number 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy. Let's see how part number 5 fits into this. I look like part 5 fits closer towards that back end. Screw right underneath that. Now part 5 seems like this should be going out back, because my feeling is that this is what carries out the course and stuff like that. So I want to check that out. Got a new viewer, real quick, building this mini arcade cab. Alright, so there's the one with 6 pieces. Oh, this is the top base part. So this goes right above this guy in that area. So let's see. Got 2 screws and a wood peg. Let's see where this wood peg is supposed to fit in. That'll make it even for me. Alright, so this back screw, from what it looks like, this is the thing that holds the monitor up. So problem I'm having with this as it is is that I'm not seeing how that lines up with any of these right now, which would be great. Because they are asking me to Allen wrench some stuff. Probably because it should go the opposite way. The hole should go towards the back side of this. So let's detach all this up real quick. And it should fit more like this. Now, what I think is, let's move this guy down just one peg. We can get it back off again. And the two holes fit perfectly right there. But what I'm not understanding is the flip side. Get in there. That's what she said. Boom. Alright, let's Allen wrench these up. And like I've been saying, this is the bottom half. As you can see where I'm putting my hand right here, that is where the XRK joystick is going to go. You'll see that in a second. What I'm screwing in right now is your sister's side. No, realistically, what I'm screwing in right now is where the television, where the monitor unit stands. And like I was saying beforehand, I knew this hole right here is for something, and basically it's for all my cords to go out the back. Logical reason, right? Screen is all black. Oh, you gotta check that, man. Because I'm getting streamed right now. Doesn't look like I'm dry. I haven't dropped any frames. So, some other people let me know if you can't view the stream. Let me know if something's not coming up correctly. Couple more bolts. These in. Then I take it and step 6. That's going to be my controller support. Or step 5 is going to be my controller support. And I'm going to need part 6 for that. So after this step, just lay this down so you guys can see what I'm working with. Boom. So here we go. Monitor right here. Soon to be XRK controller stick. And next piece that I need is part number 6, which is this guy with the multi-holes. It does not have anything for me to screw in. It's literally is just this piece fits into this piece.
Where's the stands for the TV?
So,
The stands for the TVs?
over there by the other arcade cabinet.
Where do you want this?
Right there, son. What I'm going to do is give myself a little bit of leeway room up here at the top. Just so I can fit this one in real quick. And this is going to be for the base of the X Arcade. Just provide some support so that it doesn't just hang on this. A little bit more slack. And the directions, realistically, they want you to do it one side at a time. But you know, I'm a rebel. So reason I did two sides is because I just like to have the thing supported so I don't have to drop it just because I'm not holding onto it at that particular moment.
You have to do another one? Or is that
Maybe. Then step 6 is to pop on the other side, which I've already done. Now what they're saying is, looks like this is going to be my bottom, my power bottom. This is going to be, these two pieces right here are going to be the full base to this. I'll flip it over, let you see in a second. But that is the end of the top side. Wasn't particularly hard. It was harder trying to make sure I did the shit on camera and everybody could see it. Much harder than just actually doing it itself. Yeah, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 2 spots for those and probably screws that I can do for the bottom of that as well that go into my other CrossFit screws. And what I'll do in a second with this base is just show you what the controller looks like sitting in the base. Whoops. All right. That's pretty rigid. So let's see which one exactly is the frame. All of them have spots for open screws, which means that's really this side. Open. Open. This will be the part where I probably kick myself if if I forget to put it on the right side. Like, that obviously is the bottom, and these two should be the same mirroring each other. Let me move this out the way so you guys can see what I'm working on. Right now, that's the top of the base. This is the top of the base. You see right here is where my control is going to go. Got a hole support. This right here is where the monitor is going to go. Got more hole support. And what these two pieces are for is to work as the bottom of this. So, like I said, hopefully I don't put this on backwards or the wrong way. These have wooden pegs so they fit together. You got the one side with just the 4 that fit the wooden pegs on the bottom of this. Then you have the other side where the screws fit in. And I'm going to suppose that that is this side. And I'm just going to go for it. So the first one is an empty one.
You want it to be on the edge?
I don't, but right now the holes all fit. All these holes are in the right place. So. Yeah, and so I put the Allen Rich side into that. Yeah, I don't particularly like it over the edge like that. I don't really understand why they would do that. But like I said, all the other holes line up. Is the issue.
See if you can move the pegs because there's space at the back.
True. Or maybe it just goes the other way.
Da-da-da.
Take it from the bottom. We start from the bottom now. I'm here. So once again, my starting hole has to be empty for me to put the 60mm black bulb. Yep. Sure. Is the master sure enough? Get that tight. This side is being a little bit of a bastard, but that's okay.
Lift it back up.
Do what?
Lift it back up. And then line it up.
Or if it's lined in one side,
It's probably all the way in on the one side.
and now it just does it on this side.
Yeah, don't push it all the way back.
What I'm saying is, if you put it down and it doesn't go into the hole, that means it's natural and it's not just lining up. That don't matter. We're gonna make it line up. That's interesting.
Hmm.
It's in the hole, but it just won't go down.
You want to use the hammer?
Now I don't want to just start going at the finish.
Just put a shirt or a towel over it.
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
You know where it is?
Wow. This part is the only part I really don't know what the fuck to say.
Flip it upside down.
What are you talking about?
Flip that upside down. Pull it back up.
And what I'm saying is, if just sit there and just line them up, it's like it's not fitting to one side. Period. It's, you know, lifting up and saying push them all down at once. One side gonna go down, the other side ain't gonna go down. See what I mean? Ain't nothing gonna go down. Ugh. Oops, don't separate. Stay still. Of course, yeah. Once you do one side, the other side won't go down.
But it did it for the back?
No, the back is up too. The back just seems to be a bit more reasonable fit. And I might screw that down just to be done with it. Whoop. That's in. Alright, so it looks like I got the back end down. See if we can get it to fit the black man's way up front. Slap the thing until it goes in. This is not Bob Vila. This is not that old house. Alright, the back two seem to want to fit. What I don't want to do is apply so much force and pressure that once again I dent or bend the wood. The show me wood. Made it work. Alright, that shit is in. Let's see what's the face is.
Who's watching?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the streamed list yet. I've just paid attention vaguely to some of the shit in the chat. Boom. Last screw to the bottom side. And, yep. There it is. There she blows. The base of it. So right here, where my controller goes, X Arcade dual stick. Comes back here and conveniently drops into there. Outside of the color shading, you couldn't tell that this piece didn't fit into that. Conveniently, they leave button holes up in here for you on the sides. And like I said, this whole little spot right here is for a 22-inch monitor. I'll put that down in a second with all the cording. So with that one, we finished part one. Now part two is making the top half. Let's pull all these great pieces back in. Here's the marquee. Assuming these are some of the faces and shit. I really don't know. Which is fine. That goes to this one. And so, visually, there is the top. I'm getting ready to build the top now. Part 1, Part 7, Part 5, Part 4, the marquee. This is Part 6, Part 2, Part 3. And, of course, I have a bezel over here. Got a bezel. Keep that up there just for safety. And they gave me this little cute bezel marquee. Little sticker. Alright, so now they got some monitor bolts in this one, which are a little bit thinner and smaller. Got a few washers, a few spacers, still our crossbolt connectors. And basically, same thing I went through in the first one, which was find anything with a crossbolt hole and drop it down. And that includes part 1, part 2, part 3, 4, 5, and 7. And that should give me about 12 of these guys. So that's 1, there's 2. Making sure I put these on both sides. Does the bezel need one? Yep, the bezel needs 1, or 2 rather. There's 2. 3, 4. Soundboard needs 1. Here's number 5 and 6. These need 1. Let's see, 1 space for these. Because once again, the cross bolts go in spaces where there are 2 holes that are perpendicular to each other. Okay, they said 12, but I don't know what the fuck that means. Because right now, I'm only placed at 8. The rest must just be extras, you know how they do it. Get a swing set. Basically getting ready to kill some kids. Your father be like, yo, those are just extra screws. Don't worry about those. Those are extras. So yeah, I cannot, if I wanted to, figure out another place for some crossbow connectors. This is just me just fucking around. Like I can just see how it's building up. And that looks cool. I don't know if fuck that would work, but whatever. Probably has a base too. Probably wasn't supposed to do this shit. All right, let's go on step 2. Because step 1 was put all that shit in. Step 2 is part 1 and part 2 put together with 60mm bolts. So it's not a monitor bolt. I have 250 ones, some small guys. Oh well, don't matter. We just remember what part 1 and 2 is. Specifically, part 1 is this guy, and part 2 is this 4 square one. So let's move this out the way. Here we go. Here's some more of our crossbow ones. Got 4 that are going into this one, and this is connecting. This is one piece 2. And so I'm supposed to screw these down with 60 M's. There's a 51, one of the small ones. Regular, regular, regular. There's the other small one. Keep those 2 off to the side. Now, let's see. Must be the back side of this that holds that together. Oh no, this is the back side closer towards the base. And I already see 2 holes. So right here, I'm getting ready to do some of these other pieces out the way so you can see. Part 1 and part 2 go together right here at the base. Part 2 is the spine, the bottom spine, kind of like the tailbone of this top part, and this fits in with a 60mm. 60mm. Screw it in good. That's right. You heard it here first. Screw it in good. Boom. Now that I got that one secured, much easier to pick it up, lift it up off the ground. Maybe it's not easier. Might have just fooled myself. But if you've been with me for a little while, dude, you can totally tell. Don't need any power tools. You ain't got to be no crafting master and shit. Pay attention to where your screws are supposed to go. Don't do anything stupid. All right, so it looks like on top for step 3, I'm going to need part number 3. And part number 3 has this really big half that goes into the top up here on this side. It's got 2 holes. Doesn't say exactly which one. Yeah, looks like my top side is this right here. So it's got a wood peg, make that first part easy. And then 60mm going in through the B side and the back. Then, after I get that done, the wood peg goes in there, 6mm bolt, and then my marquee goes up here in front. Marquee, pretty easy. Obviously that. So now let's make sure I'm doing a 60mm. Some of these written directions are wrong, like this has me putting in 2 bolts, but I have a wood peg obviously in this one, and there's no opening for me to put a bolt here, so even if they were going to say it's optional to put a second bolt in if you don't want to use the wood peg, that's not necessarily true. Step 5, speaker ports or the speaker box, which is going to go in right here. They're going to put another 60mm bolt right here. As you can see, it's kind of shaping up. We're almost there. People calling and fucking me up. Hello? Alright, cool. Hey, do me a favor. Message people in the chat because I'm building this thing on string right now. You know how to message Tade? Message Tade on Facebook or message Raul on Facebook. Man, you ain't got no friends on Facebook. Alright, cool. Give me a second. Part 6, leave the monitor mount. Oh, nice. So this mouse, the monitor, I don't even have to try to. Cool. Excuse me, world. Whew. This is almost halfway a much needed break. All right, back to the matter at hand. All right. Now, what I didn't know about this is that this also has a monitor mount right here. And this is what my monitor screws are for. So I'm going to now break out the monitor that I plan to use on this project. Off screen for just a sec. Got this 22-inch LED. This fits mostly a 22-inch monitor, but I probably can play around with the size on this. You know, I kept thinking for so long that they had this humongous base that was for the monitor. You can see me say that at the beginning of the video, but fortunately for me, there's 4 screw mounts, which might make this a match made in heaven. I'll place this on that. Now these two sides look identical to me. I don't see the difference. There's my monitor over here. Hopefully we get lucky. That side up. Looks like this is what I'll be using the washers and all of that for. I only need 4 screws because I only have space for 4. There are my washers. All right. All right. So go ahead and put these placeholders in right here. Lay them on top, top, on top. And carefully try to place this over them. This looks like it fits, but having a little bit of trouble getting these to stay on as I place this base on top of it. Trying to see if they fit the outside holes better. What I may end up just doing is just trying to carefully do one at a time and just try to test it out. I think it's going to fit the middle two better, so we'll just give that a try. Just do one at a time. All right. Try to get this sucker going. All right. Already getting ready to make one mistake. This side is up. Hey, can you do me a favor? Open up the door for Jason. Can you open up the door side? Thanks. Woo! Alright, let this thing get back to the project. Alright, now, the problem I'm having at the moment is that this washer or this space holder is not letting me get all the way in. I'll take that back. Maybe it will. It's just gonna be weird trying to place it on the other side because the nail's got to go down through that, then into the actual space itself. But to me, this is going to pay off a lot. Having a mounted monitor as opposed to worrying about if someone shakes the thing, if the what's the face is going to fall over, bullshit like that. Like right now, to me, that's more of an issue. Than like trying to worry about getting this right. I'd much rather have a setup that stays sturdy. It's open. Come on, man. It already cost me precious airtime.
I hate you so much.
Why?
I've been out there for 27 minutes.
Probably like 20 more likely. Plus you got a car. You could have sat in there with AC.
27 for a 1 minute walk to the door. Who watching this?
I'm not sure. It's got some viewers down, but I haven't really looked at who they are.
Good, the cabinet.
Yeah. And right now, this is probably the hardest part just because I'm trying to keep this thing on even measure.
What kind of cabinet is this? Rather, what are you going to be putting inside of this?
Everything. I've got a thin client PC upstairs. I'm just gonna do this shit like this. Like I don't advise this, but I'm doing this shit because I cannot seem to get it to reach out far enough from the other side.
For a simply guy. Okay, with the TV?
No, this is one of my monitors already. Problem is, yeah, that thing just won't reach. Like I don't know.
You're trying to plug into the 1 or the 4?
Yeah.
You can't see me right here.
No.
Working real fast. Cost you another second. like it's doing it now.
Well, yeah, that's because I just took the filler out. My issue with the filler for all this time was that, yeah, see, that shit wouldn't fit. And that means it's just going to
Now it's gonna move back and forth.
Yeah. And it's not like I can strip this filler, you know, make it smaller, something like that. Maybe.
Is it supposed to actually fit?
I mean, what do you mean by that?
Like, you put it next to it to see if it's actually gonna fit at that point? It looks small enough.
It does, but once I put it through here, like, this much of the screw is left. Like, it's not gonna catch anything. So I'll try this. I'm gonna take the washer off. See if I get it to grab.
It might grab, but you ain't gonna have nothing on there. You think that's good enough? For it to not fall out of the cabinet?
I'm gonna hold it up. Mind you, this is just one of them, so.
You know how like the whole little, like how they got a Galloping Ghost? Got the cabinets with everything inside it.
Yeah, so I had a thin client, and I'll probably do another video with the hyperspin build and what's that gonna look like and all that. Because hyperspin is a really nice front end if you get a chance or you start a project like this. I've had ROMs and emulators for years. I've also used a lot of little different tools and stuff people give you.
I feel like that little bitty ass washer shouldn't have made that much of a difference. It's like 1/8 of an inch.
It did. What do you want from me?
That's crazy. So I watched another movie with Halle Berry in it, and I knew it was her this time. Upgraded.
Like, this mount is weird as hell. Because this side is supposed to be my top side, which is cool. I mean, that's not bad, but the issue is that now for some reason it don't seem like the holes are equidistant.
Yeah, I'm more curious.
This is really weird. Like, you would almost think.
Wait, did you put the holes in there yourself?
Came pre-made.
You got a TV that was just made just for this.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna fit. I just highly doubt that those two top ends fit this perfectly. It would be nice. But what's nice is this right here is still a base. So I mean, like, even if I don't get it to mount, you can put the television on the base and have it sit in there.
You can get the two top in there, and you don't need the two bottom at least, right? You can't even get the two top.
Well, you came in and just did the first one.
Let me answer that with your check. Well, if the screen is all black, then it can't be. What? Are you not logged in?
I was.
You want to be logged in?
Yeah, go ahead.
You be logged in my name?
That's fine too. Looks like the hardest part might be out of the way.
You have your broadcaster up? No.
Huh?
So you can change that from Mario Kart 8.
I changed it already. That's a weird, like, yo, something be going on with that.
Switch
I
to
changed
that
it before I started. Yeah, I changed it before I started. Still kept an issue. Alright. So now, as you can see, I got this thing mounted. It's not moving. Nice and stable.
You got an all four or just the top two?
I got an all four. With the monitor attached, peg part number 6 into the place as shown. Yeah, it's just a slight bitch. But what's nice is what they try to do is this is how you can tell if it's done correctly. On the back side, I basically have the top end with all of the stuff up here, so this way I can still access and reach all of the AV and the power and all that stuff. I'll power it up and put it in later. Actually, it might be a good idea just to do that now.
Are you going to sit in on top of something?
This is on this.
Well, I mean that on top of something.
Yeah, of course. Like I had it upstairs all that time.
Yeah.
So essentially, this is how it's going to redo it. Looking at this monitor now, beforehand, I thought I might be able to play around with maybe like an Asus monitor, maybe get that in there. But no, this is strictly 22 inches, nothing else, which is cool. Can you do me this favor? Upstairs, you know, when you come in the door to the right, I got the HDMIs in there, and I also have a bag full of power cords. It should have a figure 8 in there. You know what a figure 8 looks like?
Let me see that.
Figure 8.
Okay.
The PlayStation 2. Yeah, PlayStation 2 cord.
No, I need mine. I never got mine from you.
What?
From like a year ago.
What is it?
My PlayStation 2 adapter.
Oh, power adapter?
Yeah, like a year.
Alright, so now this goes into this, like that. Let me turn this around for you guys the best I gently can. And so there you have that. And all I'm waiting to do now is to place this side onto this like that. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try to plug in my cords and stuff like that right here. So before I screw all this in and screw myself, essentially, I think I'm going to eat a taco.
The breakfast taco.
I don't really care. It's a taco. Like Taco Bell. Tastes like Taco Hell. Thank you. Damn, did you grab? You didn't grab an HDMI.
Did you want that too?
I'm gonna plug all the inputs in.
Grab that.
Very protein heavy.
Hmm.
Protein heavy.
Right, taking a protein break.
So it didn't need a stack.
It's optional, so imagine if my holes for this don't fit. I'll have to do something. like they can't ask you to buy a specific TV too. So yeah, that's left. I'm gonna pop in an HDMI, probably on the other side. What you looking at?
A spider in the hole.
I just killed
You killed it.
it. Yeah, because I mean, damn. I'm not even against the spiders building webs because they be killing the fly. You know, they kill a fly. You know, that's really what you really want. You don't want a fly to annoy you. A spider will stay to himself.
It's dead.
But yo, you can't build a motherfucker right there in the damn doorway.
Yeah,
He had a web in the doorway. I'm like, come on down.
he just right there though. How you kill him?
I went straight up.
And he just still there though.
I never cleaned it up. Yeah, it was on my way to work. It was kind of a thing in passing.
It was like, oh damn.
Let me get this out the way real quick. All right, let's go work.
I was coming from work teaching these kids.
That means they didn't learn nothing.
Yeah, they learned a little something today. They hate when I'm now. I guess I'm not a nice teacher. They gotta learn. They gonna learn today.
All right, so there's my HDMI. And that fits wonderfully where from the front side you really couldn't see it at all. There you go. Now, the one thing I'm scared of that they're not mentioning, and let me turn it over to make sure. No, you just act like the shit just pop in, and maybe it does. Right here, this line is where the front screen is gonna fit, and they're making it seem like it's just gonna pop in after. Yeah, I'm really not down with that shit, but I guess.
The alternative is sliding it in right now.
Right, that's what I was saying, but I'll follow their directions. I'll do like they ask.
Thought you was a rebel.
I can when I want to be. I can be a rebel against you right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's some more shit where I'm gonna have to punch something. Alright, so those don't have any wooden pegs. There's 4 wooden pegs at the front. That shit looks weird as hell. Alright, so this comes somewhere like right here. Oh, and that's how it works too. That don't go.
So did you put this together once before, right? When it was upstairs?
No.
One put together upstairs?
No.
The one that's upstairs is probably.
Alright, now got a couple of long bolts to screw in. That out of the way. Yeah, my brother basically saw someone's drawing online, took the drawing, and we went to, he was going to IIT at the time, and he had a CAD creator cutter. So basically, we put a large sheet of wood on the cutter, and he's really good, and they cut the parts out. And essentially what I'm doing right now is the bigger portion of what we did, but he's in the architecture, so he has a much better, I mean, like, he's just talented at understanding what kind of wood works with what, fasteners and things in between, stuff that won't buckle the wood or cause it to break, you know, because I halfway say you could either hammer or drill anything into anything. That is not, it doesn't work that way. Boom. Last 2 screws.
So she's gonna slide into the base, or you're just gonna have to just push it in there?
It's got 2 wooden pegs and fasteners in between right here. So now, hopefully the coup de grace, or the coup d'etat. And then, Xtension arcade cabinet. Now, this was not just so that I could say once again, ha ha ha, I'm better than you. Look, I have this at my house. I wanted to do this because I wanted people to get a really good idea of the scale of how big this thing is before they decide to make a purchase. And so this thing is as tall as I am, from the torso up. Um, in person, I mean, like, it's really impressive to me. I haven't turned the screen on yet. I haven't popped the plastic, so the plexiglass screen in just yet either. But from up close, I feel like it's really impressive. Gives both sides enough space. Also, what I also like about it is it conservatively gives you tons of grommets and space in the back to place your PC, your laptop, whatever it is that is the guts of your system. And the wood is already finished and done. I feel like for $200, it's not a must buy. For $200 for somebody like me that's a hobbyist, or for someone like, you know, I'm taking this on the road, I'm trying to like show it off, I really want people to see my arcade thing, I go to tons of conventions. And I feel like for $200, this is a pretty good investment. This would be something that you can buy, that people are going to look at. You know, like I said, the guts will be really what works this out, but also it'll pull together the whole presentation. Because the biggest thing I had an issue with beforehand was I didn't have anything that could fit this in. And so people would sit there at a table. If it's just sitting there, they're going to just rock it around the table. People would knock it over. This is pretty sturdy. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. Plus, I can detach the top from the bottom as I see fit. And not very hard to take apart. Not very hard to put together, especially once you've done it once. But this is really nice to me. I would definitely recommend it for the hobbyist at heart. I'm going to repost this video, and it looks like this took me about an hour and a half to do. And so, of course, on YouTube, I'm probably going to do some editing and, of course, some fast forward, so that you just kind of get the general gist of how piece by piece it took me to put this whole thing together. And then I'll do another video eventually that'll show the hyperspan put in. I've got a wireless controller keyboard, no touchpad that'll kind of make it easy for me to control it from outside the machine. So, yeah, post any questions that you would like to my YouTube channel. It's URL is down there in the bottom of my page. For the 3 people tuning in, the offhand 4 or 5, thanks. See you guys later. Ooh, yeah, this shit ain't going nowhere. Like you could pick it up, but you're not picking it up and going any place with it.